I actually decided to have children before Ben did, and so I didn't tell Ben. I just went off birth control and decided I was going to surprise him one day. And so that about 2 years that I wasn't using anything and was just going to have a child someday. I think like after the second year when all my other friends had babies and I had started trying the same time as they did, and that's when I guess when I decided to tell Ben, you know, that I had been trying and that there may be a problem.
Sports was pretty much everything to me back then, because prior to then, I actually had a very bad self-image of myself. I didn't think I was worthy of being liked. I didn't think I was good for anything. And that was mostly as a result of growing up in a rather dysfunctional home with my father as an alcoholic. And he was very abusive emotionally towards me and verbally, occasionally physically. And I thought I deserved it. My mom was very loving and nurturing when she wasn't frazzled from the marriage, which wasn't often enough. So when I went into sports and was this exceptional athlete, it gave me my first sense of being a good person and worthy of being liked.
It was almost a crippling desire where I was so obsessed about having a child that if I would just see a pregnant woman walking down the street, I would just start crying. You know, my sister has children. It got to the point where sometimes I didn't even want to be around her or her children because, you know, how is that fair that she has children and I don't?
My knee has actually got a multitude of injuries, and it started off with just a simple bending backwards after a vault, and I was in a cast for 10 days, and at the end of the 10 days they're going to inject it with dye and x-ray it. If the cartilage was merely pinched, it would have been healed by that time, and had it been torn, they would have known and had to take the cartilage out. I was doing a routine on the uneven bars, and when I landed it on just my right leg, it wasn't quick enough in response time to bend the way it should, so it didn't bend at all, which made it bend out sideways, tearing 3 ligaments and the cartilage off of both bones.
I really thought at Miracle and Healing Night that, I mean, I didn't envision the whole evening. I just envisioned, I think, you know, maybe the pastors, the different people laying their hands on me.
Well, when I first heard of Miracle Healing Night, I thought you were going to have somebody come into the church and go, "Heal, you're healed." I'm like, no, I don't think so. But when I found out it was where everybody prayed, now that I believed in.
When I heard of Miracle and Healing Night, I thought maybe this was the answer, and that maybe God just wanted me kind of to really humble myself and to let me know that it's okay to be mad at him, but he's still in control.
Well, I was hoping that God would say, okay, you want to be healed? Here you go. Your knee can bend. You got your leg back. That's what I was hoping.
Jenny, you know, told her story as she was, you know, we're struggling with infertility, and she was hoping for a miracle, and pastors laid hands on her, and everybody held hands and, you know, laid hands on her and prayed. And I remember just thinking, this will be a miracle if this works.
We were asked to divide up into groups according to what our needs were. I went off into the one that was asking for a physical healing. So we just kind of huddled and put our arms around each other, and we went around the group one at a time, and each one prayed for the healing of my knee. But we asked for his will to be done, and we also asked that I would be able to accept whatever the answer was.
After Miracle and Healing Night, I felt a peace. I definitely felt that there was an answer, and that the next day I didn't know what that answer was, but I knew that God had done something that night. And when I finally realized that he was saying, no, there's something else that I want from you, I was angry at God again, but then I realized that, you know, I had gone there for an answer, and this was his answer. You know, if God says no to you during Miracle and Healing Night, then, you know, maybe you need to search your heart and really talk to God and figure out you know, why he said no and where you need to go from there to get your miracle. Because I do feel like we're getting a miracle, even though it's not the miracle we wanted. We both, I think, feel that we are getting a miracle, and we're being healed emotionally through this whole infertility process.
And coming back to church and getting reacquainted with God and sort of restarting that relationship and talking about it for ourselves over the last couple of years has sort of led us to a path of, okay, well, let's look and see what is God's plan for us. Just because he said no to this doesn't mean it's no to children altogether. Right now our future is headed, we're really looking seriously at the adoption process. We're enjoying that, learning about it. It's like a whole new set of, you know, lingo and terms and excitement, and we're kind of looking at that and enjoying that process for as far as children.
I want to show you how much I could bend my leg, max, for 31 years. Here it's straight. And right about here, 90 degrees is all I could bend it. But not now. Now I can bend it all the way to here. And I did that all in one day.
If you're desperate for a miracle and you're thinking about coming to a Miracle and Healing Night, go. Just understand that the answer you get, you will get an answer, may not be the answer you want, and just be willing to accept that answer.
I think that nowadays people are so discouraged that they think miracles don't happen like they did back in the days of the apostles, but they do. We're reminded that in the last days miracles will become most abundant, and I don't see why it can't start right here and right now.